Hello, everyone. On a Friday, a very snowy Friday in the Netherlands, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. I wanted to give you an update on the 1966 Batmobiles shipping, delivery dates, and the waitlist for people who are interested. And there are a lot of people who are interested. So, the good news is we are ahead of schedule, and we have been since November. So, the batches have come earlier. And that the same goes for this December batch. So people who were expecting it somewhere between the 22nd and the 31st, all of the people in this batch, in the December batch, I think it's called batch 4 in your website account, they have shipped this week. You should have gotten an email about that. And so not only are we ahead of schedule, but we've been able to bump up people consistently since the September batches. That means because everything we do is first come, first serve, right? But people who are haven't paid off, are behind on their payment plans, or haven't paid off shipping before the deadline, those slots become available, and we bump up people from the next batch. Now, I want to ask for your help because we've been able to bump up a lot of people, but it looks like for the January batch, we've bumped up everyone we can from the final batch in February. So everybody who's paid off now will get theirs in January. And again, it looks like we will be ahead of schedule. So the final parts should arrive somewhere in the first or early in the second week of January, which means then if there's not another random customs check, it means we can send out the January batch in the second week of January, end of the second week of January. So again, we're ahead of schedule. And people from the February batch who have paid in full have already been bumped up to that January batch. So you will be getting shipping invoices if you have not already. And I think a lot of people have already received theirs, and a lot of you have already paid off their shipping invoices for the January batch, which means that it's going to be only a few more weeks until you get your 1966 Batmobile. Now, then there are still slots left available in the January batch. So I want to ask you, if you can, please pay off your product. You will get a shipping invoice. You will be bumped up. And anyone who wants, basically, it seems like you can get yours in the January batch. And then that leads to the wait list. We've got quite a few people on the wait list, but we've also converted quite a few people because we're still canceling orders of people who just do not respond anymore or lost their job or whatever, for whatever reason, and so it looks like we can still convert. So I'm going to be sending out another bunch of emails today for people who are going to be converted. And I urge people to get on the wait list if you're still interested. At the end of the final run, which means the run for February, we will be able to see how many units are left that we reserve for service, or in case they get lost by FedEx, we have to always keep some in reserve. That means there are more going to be available from that wait list. And we can see how many of the spare parts that are going to be left that will allow us to build a few more cars coming from that same batch. So like I always say, as soon as I start production, I determine the edition size, and then that sells out. That's going to be faster for all upcoming Batmobiles. So a little side note for the 2022 Batmobile, I think I've been able to push until the end of January before I have to close the batch, but then I'm just going to close it. So a heads up on that one. Anyway, so my message is we're ahead of schedule. January batch is going to be ahead of schedule. February batch is going to be ahead of schedule. If you can, please go to your account, pay off your Batmobile, and we can ship that in the January batch. And then we will be able to, starting February, but maybe January, we will have them in stock and ready to ship for the people who have ordered them. So anyone who can pay off faster than their payment plan, or if you're behind on your payment plan, there's still quite a few of you there, some of them since 2019, 2020, somewhere like that. For people who are way behind on payment plan, I'm going to have to introduce late fees. For people who have been taking 2 or 3 years to pay off a payment plan, that was only 12 months, where we've already financed your unit, and starting January or February, keeping it in stock meaning I have to rent out extra space, I have to heat that space, I have to insure that space. So there's going to be late fees for the people who are behind on the payment plans. So help us out, pay off, you get bumped up, you'll get it as soon as possible, and we're all going to be happy, right? So thanks to everybody who's supported this project. Get on the wait list while you still can, because there's still a chance. We've still got 2 batches to go. There are still people who are behind on payment plans. There's still service units that might become available. There's still parts that we can use to build a few more units. So yeah, I'm very honored that it's such a successful product. We've even been named and bumped up to a gold tier licensee by Warner Brothers this month. So that was amazing. I've gotten some amazing emails from some high-profile people. You're going to see some reviews come out. So it's an exciting time, and we will do what we can to make as many people happy as we can, as you know. So thanks again. Have a great weekend. I will be doing one more video before Christmas, but in case you don't see that, Merry Christmas. And until the next time, bye.